When I was a student, my professors were so focused on the academic perfection of the knowledge they wanted us to learn. They took us inside a beautiful temple that was the temple of science, where we stayed speechless, sometimes literally speechless. I realized later that very often that temple had too much of architecture of ivory tower. So solving real problems, doing real innovations, entrepreneurship was not considered really appropriate focus for university education, sometimes even offensive for professors. And classical course design, lecture exercise seem to be a really good fit for this academic perfection. But I'm professor myself now. New students fill the class, and I feel really wrong still trying to replicate the learning process of the last century in the environment of modern world.
Surveys show that more and more students see university not as the best knowledge bank, but as a springboard to the dream employment. The more we open our courses to industries, business, society, the higher chances that students are hired by them, or at least they know which type of real life problems they can solve with the tools that we teach them. The amount of universities is permanently growing, but we simply can't afford them as a pure academic knowledge. We have to teach problem solvers. We have to teach doers. We need to show students the experience of changing the world, the improving the life of the community, society, and business. We need to teach practically valuable theories. We need to prove that what we teach is easy to sell, and the society needs our course.
The trend is called project based learning. In the center of the course, there is a project that students are to complete by the end in teams or individually. The problem that project solves should not be invented by a professor but come from outside of the class, from a company, city administration, or just next door small business. The mission of the teacher is to select the problems that fit the topic of the course and to facilitate to be the mentor or consultant for the teams. The theoretical contents of the course should become just a weapon for students to generate certain visible, valuable improvements of somebody's life or somebody's business.
In other words, the course should not anymore be an agreement between teacher and students. Be nice and I will give you a grade. The third party, called real life, business, or industry, or society, is to enter the class. The voice of real life is to sing to students that what they are learning in the course is worth learning. But how to find industry, company, if you're not an experienced teacher?
Finally, this is a point where life experience is a big advantage. Right, the ambition of project based course redesign requires leaving your comfort zone and much manual control. Contact companies, administrations, institutions. Use any chance to enlarge your network outside of the university. Hunt the problems to solve. Invite the business or administration to your class. Let them talk to your students. Let them talk about their hard life and their problems. So try to set up the problem for the project. Ask business to become guest lecturer or course godfather. Become consultant to your student, not teacher. Ideally, your students need to solve the problem, not vice versa. Allocate enough time for groups to discuss and solve the problems. Try to arrange multidisciplinary and multicultural teams, coordinate with other courses and other teachers. Nothing would be a better teacher for your students to communicate in real work environment.
So, to recap, in this module, we presented and discussed the trends of modern education. We discussed the transition from synchronous to asynchronous mode, modularity, atomization, and dynamics of the content, engagement and design of better learning experience, and last but not least, project-based learning.